this 1,000 times. You know we've been through your excuses. All lame, irrelevant, invalid, and useless. You produced all your friends, cliches and metaphors. Friend deduction, self-destruction. You need horrible lyrics to break down your words. It's not bad.
This is Action Wrestling News with your lead reporter, CEO Matt Griffin.
We're live.
We are live.
Hey!
And Val waited right for us to go live to hit that subscribe button. Thanks, Val,
Nice.
for subscribing again. We appreciate you. 3 month streak, 7 months total. Val's been there since the beginning, and she's hosting.
She has.
Here we are. We're back for another episode of everyone's favorite show that is only here on the Bald Monkeys Network on Twitch. The Action News Report with your very own CEO, who's already taking shot number one.
Love it. We
Matt
got number
Griffin.
one.
Well, my loving cat just clawed me right in the eye, so I'm looking to see if I juiced. Oh my God, I got color.
Oh,
Look at that. We got color. We needed color.
Look at me.
Damn. Are you allowed to bleed on Twitch?
Yes, just no nip.
I don't know. You
Okay.
can't show your belly button or whatever it is.
You can bleed, but you can't show your nipples.
Cheers, sir.
Salud.
Salud to another episode.
But not your nipple. Yeah.
You know this tequila is pretty good because there's a skull on the bottle.
Is that the Stone Cold tequila?
It is not. Oh my gosh, my cat clawed me. I legit have gig marks all over. I am hardcore. I'm going to be challenging John Wayne Murdoch next.
EC dub. EC dub. EC dub. I didn't realize we were coming strong like that tonight.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No one said this was a hardcore podcast tonight.
Hey, you know,
you never
I told you I wanted to freestyle.
He did. Yeah, we did get a message before we started tonight that we are going freestyle
I got
tonight.
nothing.
There is no rule.
I got absolutely nothing written down, and I literally said to Christopher earlier today and/or yesterday that I have no idea what the hell is going on.
Good.
No idea.
Because it's always preferable to me to be able to kind of freestyle and figure out where stuff goes, as opposed to just, there's icebreaker questions. But, it's much more interesting to talk about the fact that my cat just live gigged me in the first minute into the show after she got locked upstairs since like 2 a.m. when I finished playing Dr. Mario on NES Classic. That's far more interesting than listening to me talk about stuff. Yeah, look at this.
So wait, like a real NES like classic
or
that simulator?
No, it's the tiny NES Classic that comes out with like 30 games.
Boo, Matt. Boo. Boo.
Don't
Get a
boo.
real
Right game.
Get a real NES.
Show me yours. Where's yours?
Don't do it. Don't do it. He'll bring out his like Dreamcast and his GameCube and everything else.
See?
Well,
this is the right size of an NES. This is how big it should be. It was this big.
So you see what I did, Chuck, is I am a worker. So what he has to do is bring that down SCI weekend. I've beat that before. I need you to get the Tetris cartridge, the purple one. So you have to bring that SCI weekend now.
I have many games.
Daniel Makabe and I are already going to play each other in Dr. Mario. So
okay, I'm in.
I love this.
I'm in.
I might make you I might make you live stream it on Twitch, and then so bring Dr. Mario too.
That'd
And
be
if you
cool,
don't
definitely.
have either of those carts, that's not my problem.
All right, I'll get the Dr. Mario and the Tetris one. The King, thanks for dropping in and dropping 100 biddies. Appreciate that. I could pick up. I don't know that I have. I feel like I have Dr. Mario. I don't know, dude. I have a lot of games over there. Is that what this stream's going to turn into? Me just going through all my games?
Maybe.
Hey, look, I'm setting something up for SCI weekend. I'm going to let you film a contest with me and Daniel Makabe squaring off. So you better bring 2 controllers too. And I don't want to hear no shit about like, oh, I didn't bring the right hookups, so you can't play.
Oh, geez. Matt, did you say Tetris 2? Was there a Tetris 2 in there?
No, I just said Tetris, the one
like
that's
as
the purple
well.
card.
He was
Not,
saying
like,
as
not
well.
like the fake Tengen card, like the purple one.
Yeah.
Well, we're working on this. We're working on this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord,
Chris, I'm going to make
dude.
you bring all this shit on Friday. Friday, when Action Wrestling returns in Tyrone, Georgia, June 25th.
Game over.
See, you got the OG baseball there. Dang.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah, man.
So I have the collection of the OG games.
Wait. Tell me you have the ice hockey where
Oh,
you
yeah.
can pick a team of all the fat guys.
Oh, hell yeah. Here it is. Hold on.
Love it.
I got you. Here, so we got ice hockey.
Nice. Love it.
We got 10-yard fight.
Nice.
We got
Oh my god, that game is garbage.
golf.
That game was dope.
Tennis.
Oh, I love tennis. Tennis, I was the master at.
You got
baseball.
Kung Fu?
Oh, Kung Fu. I just played that 2 weekends ago.
Hold on. Do I have Kung Fu? I don't think I have Kung Fu.
How do you not have Kung Fu?
You pretender.
I don't have Kung Fu.
Where's Dr. Mario? Where's Tetris?
I don't have Excite Bike.
That was going to be the next one. Excite Bike.
Okay.
What was the? Do you have the Paperboy? You have Paperboy?
I don't. Make me a list, and I can get these. We have a really cool local resale place where I can get all these games. I can get whatever I need to get.
Wasn't there also a skateboarding game? I feel like there was a
Skater Die.
Skater Die.
Skater Die.
Skater Die,
Yes.
Man. I am totally not paying attention to the chat. I apologize.
No. I was not.
We're too busy having fun with all these games.
I can't even see the chat. I'm staring at a Zoom screen.
Yes, bumper shot. I do have Excite Bike. Cheers.
That's
drink.
Number 2.
Cooper said Cooper said he'll bring the SNES.
What?
Am I drinking? SNES.
You might be.
Cooper
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Tell Cooper he better come to SCI then.
If he comes, yeah.
I'll text his mom right now. Tell him I'll text his mom right now. And make her...
Tecmo Bowl?
Oh, okay. Tecmo Bowl's dope. The Tecmo Super Bowl was the better one, but Tecmo Bowl was dope.
That was good too. How about John Elway's quarterback?
Oh.
That game was terrible.
I can't. That's
all right. So we're
too far, bro.
We're talking wrestling, right? So I have to break out obviously.
You got pro wrestling?
Oh,
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I wish I had pro wrestling. So this is a lot of games I had to rebuy. I had pro wrestling and I was killer with Starman. Like that was my jam. But I ended up losing or donating, or my brother stole a bunch of my games. I don't know what happened. Cooper would like you to go ahead and call his mom.
He said, do it.
Do it.
You won't do it.
Do it.
Do it. Literally right now, it's happening.
Hey.
Yep.
Hey, Laura, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. So Cooper in a chat right now on my Twitch TV show, he dared me to call you and ask if he can go to Scenic City in Chattanooga in August.
You know what? I'm about tired of you being the middleman.
Hey, you know what?
I'm messing. When is it?
When's SCI? I should
August
know.
5th.
I'm booking it. August 6th and 7th.
Is that before school starts?
I don't know. When does school? No, school. That's the first weekend of school. But you should at least bring him up for Saturday.
It's Chattanooga?
Yeah, but it's only like a little over 2 hours.
Yeah, no, that's okay. August 6th and 7th, and it's in Chattanooga. Where is it at?
It's in It's in Red Bank. I'll give you all the info.
Okay, don't tell him an answer, because God knows he'll hold me to it like you don't even know. But
Okay, I will definitely not tell Cooper an answer.
He can hear you talk, can he?
Yes, he can.
I'm going to kick you in the face, Matt Griffin. We'll see. That's my go-to. We'll see. Quick question. I know you're doing something. I was just texting you, but I'll ask. Will tickets be available at the door if any stragglers want to come?
Yes, they definitely will be available at the door Friday night in Tyrone, Georgia.
Doors open at 6:30 and the show starts at 7:30.
That's right. Hey, you know what? If you say he can go to SCI, you can lord it over him for the next month and a half. So he'll do whatever.
Bye, Matt.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
Alicia.
Hey,
there you go,
Fantastic.
Cooper.
Hey, Cooper.
You're in.
Yeah. John
All
Miller
right.
says you're a legend.
Not to mention that Cooper's mom is excellent at plugging the show.
Yeah, right? Can
She
you
was
walk
on
up and get
point with
tickets?
it.
Like that?
Yes. What time? Boom, right there.
Val, thanks for the 60 bits. That was amazing. Who else can we call?
Oh,
Who
she
else?
did send a text message.
Is anybody else's mom need to be called by
Yeah.
Matt Griffin? An anonymous
Yeah.
cheer with 100 bits. Thanks.
I don't know what that means. I'm in the room now, but I don't know what that means.
People are just throwing some bits at us right now. We're trying to get the hype train going for Matt Griffin, and Matt Griffin calls your mom.
So like realistically though, Cooper, you got to have a good summer because that's your first week of school. All
It's
right.
It's an epic weekend.
Man, school
SCI.
starts early.
Every year, a little bit earlier.
Damn.
So, Matt, you've been busy. You got SCI,
Very.
you got action. How do you keep up with all this stuff, man? Like, we joke all the time that you don't, you have to remember what you're doing, or you have to keep up with what you're doing.
Well, like sometimes John Miller will message me and I'm like, wait a second, did I announce that? Because I can't remember if I announced it, but obviously if he's asking, I did. Or Cooper will message me, or other people will be like, hey, what's up with this? And I'm like, oh shit, yes. But mostly I just put everything down on my phone, and if a reminder goes off, then I have to go do that thing. That's usually about how it happens.
So you actually put like an alert on your phone to remind you to like announce stuff?
Sometimes. Or you can schedule tweets, and I'll do that too. Because
That's so hard.
My brain is scrambled.
Ooh. So big question in the chat from John Miller, just like John Miller always has good questions. Angelus for Friday? Probably not a good question to ask Matt.
John is fully aware that I don't answer those type of questions.
Sorry, John.
We tried. I tried to sneak up on him, but didn't get it. Didn't get it. Complete Doke is raiding with a party of 8. Thanks for the raid. Welcome.
I still don't know what that means. Is that like a bunch of people just jumping in the chat room?
Correct. Yep. Yeah, so they had a stream.
From another channel.
And they were streaming. Hopefully your stream went well. How'd it go? Let us know. And now they are here with us on the Action News Report. This is the Bald Monkeys. Welcome to twitch.tv/the Bald Monkeys. We normally are doing interviews with indie wrestlers and helping promote indie wrestling. But tonight is a very special show because it is Matt the Mouth Griffin below us. There he is. This is his show. This is the Action News Report. We give him this time on the channel to do whatever he wants, which he usually chooses to drink and call people's moms. But essentially,
that sounds very different than what actually happened.
Well, that's what's happening tonight.
Tequila reviews. That would be a good addition.
Yes, that's how the question started. What tequila was that? What tequila was that? That was how this whole
I don't think we got the answer.
started. We never got to that. So what tequila is that? We're not sponsored.
It's not incredibly expensive, but it's got a skull on it. It says Tequila Exotico, and it's a reposado, which means it is gold, and was aged in the finest Mexican distillery and was imported by St. Louis. which is a city in America.
Imported, but
Imported by
Despite
St.
how I may
Louis.
appear, I'm not drunk.
The entire city.
Yeah, shout out to St. Louis Anarchy. What's up? Yeah, this was not an expensive bottle, but I literally bought it because it was not expensive, but it had a skull on it.
is that how you pick your alcohol? The cool images on the bottle?
How do you do it?
Whatever's on sale.
Also fair.
Yeah.
St. Louis is the patron saint of tequila. Vic, I don't know if that's true.
Yeah,
Could
I don't
be.
know if that's a thing, but
I'm not sure. Well, 19 people here hanging out in the chat. Matt, what is tonight's show
sweet.
about?
I don't know. Let's talk about June 25th, because we got
Sounds
it coming up in 3 days. And the main event, of course, is, I mean, Chris, I think you even had commented to me and maybe asked, like, when is Logan Creed going to get a title shot?
We talked about it,
We
I
said
think,
that.
on one of the news reports. We just said Logan has been tearing through the competition. He's undefeated in action. At some point, when does the title shot come? And we got it. We got that announcement from Scott at the
And
last.
what did I say? What did I say? Do you remember?
No.
Yeah.
I go back and watch the VOD, I guess. But that's for video on demand, by the way.
It does. That one I do know because of the iwtv thing. So yeah, that's the key was with that is just putting Logan out there with opponents and just doing matches and looking strong. And eventually, he's the type of guy you're going to have the fans make the match for you, as opposed to you making the match and try to get creative with it. We hadn't actually done an angle with Creed yet. And fans who pay attention to other Georgia promotions know, which there's a few. They know that he's held belts in other areas, but coming into action, most fans weren't really that familiar with him, which we used to our advantage, because it's like we were able to have some holy shit moments with him and make it organic, where fans were like, hey, we want to see him in a title match. When's it going to happen? And then I got to play dumb for a month or two because I know when I'm going to do it, but I don't like to give stuff away, as you know.
I know.
I mean, like, I got a surprise for Friday night that you do know about, and then I got a surprise for Friday that you don't know about.
That's the way I like it. Like, I want to be a fan still. It's great to be a sponsor and having a little bit of an inside track to what's going on, but it's also much more fun to be a fan and be totally realistic and surprised when stuff happens. When you main event your birthday show with a tag team match that blew me away.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that it's like we put on that caliber of a match to, he's talking about Violence is Forever versus Anthony Henry and JD Drake, the Workhorsemen, which, by the way, was the last time they've teamed. And with both in different promotions right now, who knows when that may happen again. I know they are both really close as people, as friends. You didn't see it, but when JD Drake wrestled on Have Fun Be Sad in Tampa, Anthony Henry came up after training to surprise him. So, to be able to put stuff out like that and keep people on their toes, I want people to actually be fans and not try to guess. I don't want people to try to figure stuff out, because there's no joy in that. I promise you. I'm really not that surprised that often in wrestling if things come to a logical conclusion. So no matter what company I'm watching, if I'm actually legitimately surprised and pop for something, that's a great moment, because, I know who's going to win. For example, I know who's going to win every SCI. I know who's going to win every SCI Futures, the SCI Rumble. So it's like, I'm
Chuck,
part
there's
of
a
this.
Rumble.
There's a Rumble.
Yes, we hope to be back with the Rumble next year. We weren't able to have it the last 2 years, so I'm not surprised. So I like to keep people with things to people on their toes. I don't want to give away every single thing. Not everything needs to be completely insider knowledge based.
Yeah. So speaking of tag teams, Cooper just mentioned that Bobby.
Tell Cooper
Flack,
Tell Cooper I got to text his mom back.
All right, Cooper, your mom will get a text back from Mecca.
She's very excited that you get to meet Jeff Hardy. Ask Cooper about meeting Jeff Hardy. He's going to a meet and greet on Thursday.
Oh, cool. We'll have to talk about that. While Cooper, tell us about your meet and greet with Jeff Hardy. While you're telling us that, Bobby Flacco. Cooper's
Bobby
a big fan.
Flacco.
Cooper, says that he thinks Bobby Flacco deserves a title shot. We were just talking about tag teams. You just announced that there will be a tag team match with Bobby Flacco, Rob Killjoy, Bobby Flacco, and another debuting tag team in action. This tag team stuff is getting kind of interesting.
It is, isn't it? Well, I said they're debuting as a team because, of course, we did have Eli Knight on our February show.
Yep.
And he impressed in a match with Kevin Ryan to the point where we were definitely going to get him back. He was supposed to be back previously, but he wasn't able to make that show. So we kind of put it on ice. It's like, all right, well, we're definitely going to do it. It ended up being a good spot for us to be able to have a tag match. So we figured we'd include his partner in the team. And Culture Inc.'s been impressing lately. As soon as that match went out, I got a voice message from a friend. It's like, holy shit, I just saw these guys and they were killer. So, Action already knows what they get out of Bobby Flacco and Rob Killjoy. And it's cool because I think they're all gonna be something special. I told Rob and Bobby today what the match was, and they were both all like, yeah. They get to really work, they get to really work hard. And, the style of matches that we have. We don't favor, production. We don't favor lighting. We don't favor gimmicks. We favor the best pro wrestling we can deliver in the Southeast. So one wrestler who will remain nameless a couple weeks ago told me he thinks that a lot of the younger kids feel pressure when they come in here because they see the other people in the locker room, and it's intimidating. And my reaction to that is good. I want this to be a place that you strive to. And I'll say as you guys know, we became at the beginning of June a feature promotion on IWTV.
Yep. Congrats.
Love it.
It basically means we get the big logo, and we've had a close relationship with them from the beginning of Action, and we look forward for that to keep going. Hopefully that leads to bigger and better things. We were able to run a show in Tampa with Have Fun Be Sad, which it's flattering to see it was called one of the best shows of the weekend. We hopefully will be able to do something similar for Dallas.
I'm glad to see that the Bob and Rob connection is back, because I personally was getting a little bit worried there. Their last two tag team matches, they kind of weren't on the same page, but I mean, they're gonna have to be against Culture Inc. because they're definitely gonna push them. I mean, I've been watching a lot of Eli Knight lately on IWTV, and he can definitely bring it, and they're gonna give him a run for their money.
Eli's got some, it's one thing to be a flyer and be able to be acrobatic. It's another thing to be able to be a bit of a flyer and do unique things that really nobody else is doing. Especially with everybody being so creative and inventive, it can be really difficult. And he's got some moves that you watch a match with him, you're gonna be like, I have not seen that before. So that's he is athletic. He's got good size. He just needs, like every wrestler in his demographic, the young kid, only been at this a certain amount of time. He just needs experience with good opponents, and he's getting more and more of it. And Eli Knight also, as you saw, was announced for the Scenic City Action Future Showcase in August. So we definitely see a lot in him.
That Future Showcase is stacked. That's crazy to say that it's stacked, and then you still have spots open.
2 more?
2 more. We've only
Yeah.
dropped 7 names. There's 2 more to come. And plus, we have some interesting things in mind for our feature matches that are matches outside of the tournament, which we've gotten known for. We've had some interesting ones. That's a unique spot where a unique time where you have so many people in town, you have so many people who want to be on these shows, and it's a great time to be able to make matches that would be difficult to make elsewhere. You know, its futures is different than a night 1 or night 2. I mean, night 1 you're completely locked into the 16 people. Night 2, you know, you can be a little bit more creative because you have 4 matches, a final, and then you can do a few feature matches. But with futures, we generally have a little bit more time to be creative. So
it's such a busy weekend. Like it's interesting. It's almost like it's like your little mini WrestleMania weekend in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
It's cool because you got TWE on Thursday
night. The running
night.
joke we always talk about is this. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing that we always talk about is we joke about, it's like, all right, well, we can sell the 10 a.m. slot and somebody can go 10 a.m. to noon on Saturday. We can sell a midnight slot. And the funny thing is, had we wanted to, with this year being at TWE, we totally could. Not that we would. We're very excited about it. TWE's gonna have an interesting show, I know, because that's also the go home show for their big show of the year, which is, I keep calling it 7 years strong because that's what it was called last year, but I've been told that this year is going to be called 8 years strong, which is just very confusing to me. But their show that weekend has already got Daniel Makabe, and I know they're changing the show name, Chris. It's very confusing.
I was counting.
They,
I only have so many
got
fingers.
Damian Tangra and Daniel Makabe announced.
Yeah.
How
that
many
sounds
fingers do you have?
I have 8 and 2 thumbs.
Yeah. I am sad that I will miss that match, as I will be leaving early in the morning on Friday morning, and I will not be there for that Thursday night show. So I'm very jealous.
Well, it'll definitely be available on video on demand on iwtv.live.
I can watch it.
I don't know what that was.
When I drive down, I don't know, maybe.
No, we've talked about this.
I
don't know watching in the car.
What? That's why I said watch. Come on, Christopher.
No IWTVing in the car.
You're no fun, man. You're no fun.
Why not?
Well, if you're
watch Action or SCI and you totally can.
See?
What else are you gonna watch?
Exactly.
What else are you gonna watch?
Am I gonna listen to our stupid podcast? No. I'm gonna watch something on IWTV.
Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for going ahead. And I know you guys last month watched a lot of the back catalog, and I appreciate that. It's very cool to have shows that we did 3 years ago, and in the case of SCI, like 5 and 6 years ago, be watched and discovered by people the first time. It's very cool when you can put something down and years later people going back to watch it and discovering about it. And you know, sometimes people throw up a GIF or a reaction or just a tweet thread about watching a past show, and that's really neat. Especially when I go back and look at something, it's like, wow, so that's where we were, 2 years ago creatively. Mm-hmm. And almost always something has changed, whether it's for the better or worse. Talent comes and goes. There's injuries that happen. Things pan out better than you expected. Things don't pan out at all. A wrestler come in, impress in a match, and then you're never able to get them back again. All these things happen. So it's interesting to look back, because I can remember, even though I remember spotty, I can be like, oh, that's what we were going to do.
How many shows out? Like, are you just booked through Friday and like there's nothing else in your mind past that right now? How far out do you really think through these things?
I've thought to Friday at 7:25, Scott Hensley's going to go to the ring.
Nice.
And that's all he'll tell us.
on a serious note, we used to be several shows ahead of, and be kind of fluid, and Dylan Hales and I would, try to be shows ahead. But since post COVID, we tried to plan initially, and then we had some plans. Just it was like, why are we? I got a cat fight going on behind me, like with literal cats. But it could be a little bit difficult because talent had issues appearing. You weren't sure what you were going to have. You weren't sure, especially in September, October, we weren't sure what was possibly going to be canceled. So, it was just tentative, like, hey, we are going to be able to run these shows, right? Because I knew I was good on my end, but you never know. Like, for example, TWE got shut down unexpectedly just because of stuff in Red Bank, Tennessee that they had nothing to do with. And they had to, all right, well, we got to take off. I think it was December. So we didn't look too far ahead. We do seriously have some ideas through this show, next show, and up to the end of the year. But after this show, I'm really going to make sure that they take form, because it's stressful, and talent is in demand, and with everybody opening back up, we use talent that's in demand. We're not a promotion that uses the 40 milers generally who are going to be available every time we run a show. Our wrestlers are, we've got guys who are going to be wrestling the next day in Tennessee. Well, to spoil it, Robert Martyr is going to be on the show. He won't be announced till tomorrow, but he's flying to Maine for Limitless on Saturday.
Nice.
We have wrestlers who are, we got to work out travel, and sometimes there's conflicting days, and sometimes just because of where they need to be the next day, something doesn't work. So it's a tense time. So I do have to kind of get ahead. I have ideas of where I want to be with some wrestlers I want to debut, some I want to be able to explore some different matches, and and I really like being able to, my favorite thing is being able to pull wrestlers from all over and put them in our locker room. We have talent that comes in from Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Florida, Ohio, Missouri. So
We're just
all the
states now.
No, there's wrestlers
I know,
on this show that are going to drive in from all those states, and that's cool because those wrestlers get to meet each other. There's basically two levels of indie wrestling. There's one that's the local level. It's like everybody goes home and they live 40 miles away, and then there's the kind of the upper echelon of shows where you have certain wrestlers who really matter, and they're the ones who are going to get tweeted about and talked about. We try to be in that national independent wrestling landscape. There's nothing wrong with either if you know what your fan base is and what your goals are and what you want to accomplish. But we really want to have the caliber of wrestlers who are in demand. We want to we like to jump on and see who we predict. All right, in 6 or 12 months, they may be a bigger deal. And we like to go ahead and try to bring a lot of variety, got a lot of guys together in the locker room, make interesting matches, have them make connections. So
It's interesting you say that, because there's two guys that I think we asked you and Dylan Hales about 6 months ago, and one was Alex Kane, and the other was Damian Tangra, and it just seems like we're at that point now where it's like Alex in MLW now, and Tangra is like,
he's all over the place.
He's wrestling in a bunch of different promotions. It just seems like he's right there. And it's I'm going to put you on the spot now. 6 months from now, who's next man up?
Ooh.
And they're all
I was tempted to make a joke, but I'm not going to.
Thank you.
I don't think you can rightly say Ashton Starr, though. If you asked me 3 months or 4 months ago, Ashton may have applied, but since he had some matches in Tampa. He's not going to be with us Friday because he's flying to Vegas. He's been on Butch v. Gore. He was on Paris is Burning. He just did a no piece. He just did a no piece show where he got the whole front of his. Oh God.
I've been there.
So I don't think you can say Ashton Starr simply because I think he's already doing it. But
and he's looking for tag team partners now.
I saw that tweet. That's interesting. Yeah. So Ashton's probably a little bit past that. Although if you asked me in February or March, I think he would have been a good one because I knew he was going to be starting with us in. Did he start with us in April? It was either March or April when he started with us. And I also think Robert Martyr does fit into that category. I really like Martyr's approach to the game. I like the fact that he's so good at a young age. He's getting flown in to do Limitless. He goes to Paradigm. He is somebody who is going to be opening even more eyes. I think Jade Newman is starting to get out there a little bit. He just was flown up for first, and of course he's a big part of the SCI sub action with his promotion TWE in that mix. I'm trying to think here and treat your question honestly, because my memory also is very terrible.
John Miller made sure to let us know that the return of Ashton Starr was against CMD at You Can't Do That in a Wrestling Ring.
Okay, so in March.
He's always on.
Okay. I remember it was against Cabana Man Dane because that was a match. Yes, I remember because Ashton and I worked on something together in February and we were together for like a week. And he had mentioned he wanted to work Cabana Man Dan. It was like, well, I got Dan, and that's a really good spot. I've done well with making matches that wrestlers want. I've had good results off of that, getting them motivated, and not just plugging in holes where booking demands it when we can.
Do you have one of those this Friday?
One of which?
A match that wrestlers want. I know there's matches that we want that are happening this Friday.
Yes, very specifically, but I can't tell you till tomorrow.
Okay, fair. Tune in tomorrow, probably on Twitter when Matt announces something.
But Bobby Flacco and Rob were both really excited to work Culture Inc. Like I said, I know AC Mac wants to work Priest. There's gonna be a lot of heat there. That was was pretty heated.
That's I mean, you got probably one of the guys that gets next to like maybe the Good Hand. Like Priest probably gets booed the most in that venue, and AC Mac gets cheered next to Matt Sells probably the most in that venue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be pretty good heat back and forth.
Is this Adams' first match back since the injury?
I'm not sure. They had a New South show last weekend, and I don't know if he worked there, but it's possible. You can check Cage Match real quick, but I know it's one of his first matches back, if not his first.
Yeah.
I talked to him today to confirm, but I didn't ask. I just asked how he was feeling. And Logan Creed really wanted to work with Eric Royal. When Logan Creed started, I messaged and I asked him, it's like, who would you be interested in working with? I asked out of a lot of talent, like, when is an appropriate time? Like, all right, wish list me some talent. And I think Creed said the entire roster. He wants to work with everybody because he's done a lot in Georgia and he wants to expand outside. And as part of that, he wants to wrestle everybody from outside of Georgia now. Number 3.
Cheers.
And I think Brandon Williams is in the chat, and I think he
Locksmith.
did say
Oh,
that it is Adam's first match back. If I'm
Adam's
reading
in the
that
chat.
correctly. No.
Adam's in the chat.
Brandon Williams. The
Oh, I mean
locksmith.
Brandon's in the chat.
Yes,
Ask
he
him
is.
if he's coming on Friday.
Well, hey, Brandon,
Well,
will you
go,
be
Brandon.
at Game
Are you
Over on
coming
Friday?
on Friday?
Yeah. I'll give him a second. There's a lag usually.
Yeah.
I think Cooper's
I-
right. Cooper's right. Yeah, it's Kevin gets booed, then the most, then Eric Royal, then Priest. I think that's accurate.
Well, Kevin is the one who brings the "We Hate Kevin Ryan" signs as well.
Yeah. Locksmith says working.
All right. Well, if I got something to tell you, Brandon. So I hope I see you. I hope I may see you Saturday in Chattanooga then. Brandon's not obviously not on the show Friday, but he's impressed and will be back soon. You will be back soon, Brandon. I haven't given you any dates yet, but you know.
Now there was an earlier question, and it might have been John Miller. I don't know who put it up there, but the question was, is Matt Sells going to be on commentary?
I'm gonna.
Or will he be
possibly.
at an Atlanta Braves game?
No. Matt'll be here. He's on.
Okay.
He picked Cabana Mandan. He's on the poster.
Good. So
yeah,
so whoever asks the question, he will probably jump on the mic for a little while.
You have to understand that Matt kind of floats. If Matt goes to the table, he is going to be delivering commentary. If he decides to walk around the crowd, he will be walking around the crowd. It's kind of his building to do what he likes, even more than mine. Holy crap, M. Night Shyamalan has another movie coming out. God, studios keep giving him money to do stuff. So if he can still be making movies, can I get some big sugar daddies to sponsor some of my shows?
Val?
Yeah, Val, do you have anybody?
Val's in the chat.
But before Matt gets his big shows, we need our laptops.
Yeah.
That's number one on the list. Then
Laptops
Matt, you can
first.
have your shows.
Then.
Yeah. You guys.
Val's embarrassed.
Good. I hope her cheeks are pink and flushed.
Chris, I know we talked about this, but I literally just saw the graphic for Arthur MacArthur and Orion Bishop.
That's right.
Like
Arthur MacArthur versus Orion Bishop. Arthur MacArthur, a guest of the Stack, is going to be debuting in Action Wrestling, which I had an inkling that there was a Southeast date in his future. So it's going to be exciting. It's a shame he's got to go up against Orion Bishop and die.
Yeah.
Well, I got some interesting ideas for Orion Bishop. It's just gotta be like, can I see pulling the trigger? I think it was in a 4-way match, he just picked up Graham Bell. I think Graham Bell might even have been pinning somebody, and he just picks him up off and just throws him in a suplex. There's got to be a GIF of it somewhere, or I can find the show that it's on.
He caught Graham Bell's spear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take credit for that. Was my spot. I basically said to Orion, I'm like, do you think if he spears you, you can just like catch him? And he's like, probably. And I asked the same thing of Graham. Do you think he can lay out enough so he can just put his arm around you? And I was very proud how that came out. I was very much like, holy shit.
It was very entertaining. Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah, I don't agent matches unnecessarily. I don't overdo it with match notes for wrestlers, just because I want to give them as much creativity as I can. They know what they're good at. So often I might just some inside knowledge. I might be like, yeah, and roll them up and do a schoolboy or something. When I say schoolboy, it could be like, sunset flip, small package, or I might be like, and get up and do a forearm, but something in that, I mean, something in that vein, and you use your creativity there. It's like it doesn't have to be, but here's kind of what I'm thinking to lead into this, and I've had some, good success with that. I don't like to over direct. I'm not trying to fantasy book anybody, um, you know, on like a TEW thing, um, but I've had some success suggesting things and trying to lay certain spots out sequentially.
Mm. So we've talked about the names of the shows, and Friday is Game Over. What went into that? What went into the title of Friday's show, other than Eric Royal and his championship against Logan Creed?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah, the people want to know.
Cody Wynn, my graphic designer, is also a fan of horror movies, and he's a fan of Saw, and I think he saw Spiral.
Okay,
Game Over.
and I can see the
And
picture now. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
that's like a Jigsaw thing. So he pulls a lot of inspiration from horror movies. Like we had one in October 2019, For God's Sake, Kick Out. That was based off of, was it the Amityville Horror? It was based off of one. We did a Christmas show, and I think that's the one we called Bangers Only, but I wanted
Have
wanted
the
to use
axe
that
coming out of
name.
the chimney.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's inspired by Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is very low grade, cheap, nightmare-inducing horror movie from like the late '80s, early '90s. Um, and he pulls a lot of inspiration, and sometimes I'm suggesting it, sometimes I'm coming up with names. It's a creative effort, because if I don't have anything that's particularly inspiring me, I will often let Cody create, because he is a wrestling fan. He watches shows, so he kind of knows what we're going for. Um, or sometimes we'll go ahead and collaborate based off of, like, he's like, hey, here's a color pattern and design that I'm thinking of, and something may suggest from it. So, and that's how the Boogie Nights show happened. He created a graphic, and I was like, that's dope. So we could drop it. And then when it came time to do the show, I'm trying to think, like, all right, what is this graphic inspiring in me? And it just felt like that was a thing that fit. It wasn't after the movie. It was more just the fact that I'm a big Saturday Night Fever disco fan. So,
That's the
and
album
Boogie
that was
Nights is,
playing when I walked into when everybody was walking in.
that
Saturday
was
Night
by
Fever was
design.
playing.
I put a Spotify list together and set it to our music guy Skunk.
Now, Matt, I have to ask you. You mentioned horror movies. I have been on a bit of a horror movie kick lately since I watched the new Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It. I have to know, did you watch that movie, and B, what do you think the scariest horror movie is out there?
I didn't. The Conjuring, that's not really my style. Horror is interesting because there's different things that can really freak people out. Like, some people aren't freaked out at all about like body manipulation and gore, and some people are like it can physically grow. Like, once I saw the trailer for Salo 120 Days, and I was like, oh my god, the trailer fucked me up. It is funny. I read the description of Human Centipede 2 and was like almost sick to my stomach. And then I took some Ambien and actually watched it and laughed my ass off. I'm like, this is hysterical. Because when I get high on Ambien, I can pretty much, yeah, I'm pretty good. What's my favorite? What's the scariest horror movie? As in like an actual shock, or what's the most disgusting? As in like torture porn like movie?
I would
So
go.
I'm hoping you mean the former.
I would go shock.
I saw. I don't recall who recommended to me, but I loved the movie The Bay. It was on Netflix for a while, or one of them. I saw it streaming, and it was found footage that was all linked together. A famous, who the hell made that? It was made by Barry Levinson. It didn't review incredibly well. It's a fresh on Rotten Tomatoes as I look it up, but it freaked me the fuck out.
Okay. I gotta add that to my list to watch.
Yeah, I don't know if it's streaming anywhere or anything, but that was also
HBO.
really.
It's on HBO. There we
Oh,
go.
okay. Yeah, I really like that. That freaked me out a ton because I was home alone watching it, and I like to be freaked out with movies. When I was 13, however when I first saw Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, those were two of the scariest to me at the time because for like a month, I was afraid there was a zombie behind like any open door. You just get like freaked out. I really liked. I saw Sinister in the theater, and I thought that was really creative. I really dug Sinister. Um, like the Friday the 13th. Those could be entertaining, but those don't do anything for me. And the gross out types, like I'm a fan of the Saw series, but even though it gets completely fucking ridiculous, like in Saw 6, one of the vices that somebody has and they get killed for is they smoke. That is a little bit ridiculous, Jigsaw. Um, but some of them get really bad, and there's movies that are that are fucked up that aren't even horror movies that I have a fascination with them, even though I don't want to watch them. And no, we won't be discussing film titles, but I mean it's all the usual ones. But whenever somebody tells you like, "Oh my God, the scariest movie ever made is The Exorcist," they have no idea what they're actually talking about.
It's
And
funny. It's on a lot of lists though that whoever puts these lists together, I don't know, but one list there was a movie I'd never heard of. It was Hereditary, and I
oh
was
yeah,
like, oh. And then my wife's friend at work said that she watched it and she said it was the scariest movie ever. My wife asked her brother, he said it was the scariest movie that he had seen. I watched the movie and I was like, dude, I'm not even scared a little bit. Like it wasn't scary. It wasn't gory really. It wasn't even like shock value. It was just like
I had Hereditary ruined because I saw it in the movie theater. I can even remember where I was sitting, but there was some chick who was like, I literally was about to stand up and be like, "Shut the fuck up," and I didn't want to just totally. I went and I did the old man Karen thing and complained to management, and I basically told them, "Is like, look, if somebody's ever doing that again in a horror movie, I am gonna yell at them, and I just want it to be known because I'm not gonna leave the theater. I'm gonna handle it myself." Um, I think it's one of those things with Hereditary. Like it can be really scary if you're not used to the genre of films.
yeah.
But you know, I remember really liking it. It's freaky, but it wasn't to me any sort of disturbing. Midsummer was disturbing, but Midsummer was awesome.
Adding that to the list too. What the hell
Oh
was the
my
woman
God,
doing? What was the
you're
woman
gonna watch?
doing in the theater? Was she
Oh
like
no, it was probably some teenage chick, and she was like laughing at some of the stuff. And I
uh
don't know, I don't think she was legitimately scared, but she was probably with, you know, like a double date or something like that. And I really wish that I had just been like, shut the fuck up, because what are you gonna say to me? I mean, I look like I look, and I'm not really scared of much. Well, I'm scared of some movies, but I'm scared of snakes. That's
That
about
it?
it.
That it?
Yeah.
snakes?
Oh, I'm scared of really stiff wrestling rings if I have to take a bump. Yeah, but Hereditary. I mean, the cool thing is like a lot of people are totally scared about. A lot of people are totally scared and freaked out about The Exorcist. And yeah, it's going to end up on all those lists because it's a classic and people don't know what they're talking about. But that is the type of thing that taps into a certain fear in certain people, and it doesn't to me at all. And I don't know if it's the fact that I'm an atheist or what, but it's just not something that speaks to me that I'm going to be freaked out by.
Yeah. 4.
Drinking straight water.
Mm,
Good for you.
very good.
Stay hydrated.
So, John Miller asked already, and I'm going to ask. Tag team belts in 2022.
Man, I may be, Chris, I may be coming to you and asking you for a lot in sponsorship, and I don't want to do that.
You know, I do like tag team wrestling.
I enjoy tag. You know, there was a very, I was trying to have a very specific focus coming back, and try to include some tag teams. Like, we created some tag teams that are like, Killjoy and Flacco. We've used the Skull. We've been using No Moss, who I think was supposed to be called Uno Moss, but I liked No Moss better, so I made that name.
I'm still gonna call him
we've tried
Boss.
to, but we've had balances forever. But Dom and Ku have both been in singles roles and in tag team matches. So I enjoy tag team wrestling. If it's cost effective, it gets more wrestlers on a show. You can do different things with it. It's a different style that can be really enjoyable. I don't know. That would be cool to do next year, but man, because you don't really get much of a discount if you're buying 2 belts. Believe it or not, I'm not a belt guy, so I really don't know. But looking into it, I did some time ago, and you really don't get a discount. There's no real 2-for-1. So
yeah,
with tag team wrestling, the tough part is you have to pay for 2 of everything. So
Tag team medals.
Well,
tag team medals.
Cooper mentioned a tag tournament at least, which maybe you could have like some kind of inaugural action tag championship trophy for the tag tournament, maybe something like that.
Maybe like an SCI for tag teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be interesting.
That could be cool.
So we do have another debuting tag team Friday as well, right? We had a change in the card recently, and Uno Mas, which you like to call No Mas, but I'll call Uno Mas, is actually going to be up against the Bitcoin Boys. Is that right?
The Bitcoin Boys, yes.
Yeah.
They are from AIW. They actually on the Southern Underground Pro tapings, they had a match with Violence is Forever. I think that was the first time I saw them, and I was like, they're students of Dom. They're from his area, so he's going to make sure that he accents them to look good. But they held up their end, and I was impressed. So they have something. I started investing in crypto this year, as you guys know, which was definitely a smart decision.
Yeah,
the doggy coin.
The doggy's down right now.
The doggy coin.
I do not know because I do not possess anymore. I sold out of doggy coin, which worked out well for me. I think I took a 7 times profit or so, which not a huge amount, but I used that to finance some things that, outside of action. But yeah, I mean, I'm always excited to be able to bring in new talent like Arthur MacArthur, Bitcoin Boys, Culture Inc. as a tag team, and we've got some returners who are, only having like sometimes their second or third matches, and their crowd is still getting used to them. But that generally is going to mean that I really liked what I saw the first time, and I want them to come back.
Yeah,
and that's good. I will say that our biggest attribute is really something we can't control. When we've had to guess, we've generally guessed right on talent.
How often are you really guessing?
I mean, it's basically the educated guesses. You don't know how. Even if talent is good, they may be good in one environment. Just because for a good example, based off of last show, just because Wes Barkley and Joshua Bishop are really good in Cleveland doesn't mean that's going to translate. That doesn't mean they're not going to be able to come in and have, that doesn't mean they will be able to have strong debuts down here in front of a crowd that seen them for the first time, but they did. And that's based off the fact that they've been able to, that they've done well in other promotions, and that they've that's a credit to how they were trained. And, so that's like an educated guess. Like, no, I don't know that Wes Barkley's going to have a good match with Bobby Flago. I suspected. I think they'll both and they did. They liked having the match. I mean, I can suspect all these things, but sometimes you make a match that doesn't work, even if the talent is right. They just don't mesh or fit well together. So
thank you, anonymous.
Most of the time, but most of the time with a wrestler, it's with a new wrestler, it's very much we are pretty sure that this is going to go well type thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, we've already gotten we got a bunch of new matches announced already, and you're saying there's another match you're going to announce. You kind of let one slip that someone's going to be there on Friday. How many more matches we got coming out before Friday? Because the card's actually pretty big already.
I don't know. Well, very honestly, the reason that the card is big is that I had anticipated we would be going back to shows. I anticipated we would be going back to regular shows in August. The administration's done very well getting the vaccinations out. Things are opening back up. The Braves are back open pretty much at full capacity in Atlanta. Same with the Hawks. And I decided to do it a show early. So that means instead of running 2 shows, we were running 1. And I don't like to cancel talent. I, on rare occasions, have to. I did last show because I was like, look, I don't have anything. It's not going to be worth it. So I just don't want to burden you on something that's going to be pointless. Every match on the card should have some purpose to it. But I very rarely cancel people off. So it's going to be a little more focused, I think, going forward after August. But I also figured, you know what, we've got the crowd conditioned to getting there at 6:30. Most of the people who've been here with us getting used to 6:30, and knowing that a show is going to go till possibly 10:15. I think our last one went till about 10:20 for the second half with JD Drake and Jade Newman. So, or actually maybe 10:45. I don't know.
That one seemed like it went long. Yeah, that was fun.
But I mean, so that's a really long show. So I don't think for this show, if we start at 7:30 and go till 10, I don't think that's going to be the worst thing in the world if we end up being like, hey, welcome back. Here's a mega show. Mm-hmm. Because we've already had, the 2-show format we had basically was like, a 2-hour show, essentially a half-hour intermission, and then another show that's an hour something. So I'm okay with that. And as long as the wrestlers make me look smart, and I tell them, like, if you can make me look like a good promoter and a good booker, then you totally did your job. Because I really love it when I just absolutely love when we debut somebody. They're like, wow, who was that? Or what the hell? We had that with Orion Bishop and Logan Creed. Because if you remember, you were there, Chris, I think November maybe. They wrestled each other. And it was both their debuts, which is not necessarily ideal. And they both came away as made guys from that. And they've both been booked since. So I like those. I like to do that when possible. So it's nice when the talent makes us look good. That's really all it's about. If the talent, if we were not booking the right talent, nobody would think we were good at this. But you put them in spots to overshoot the mark and to succeed. And if you can underpromise and overdeliver and all those corporate catchwordy buzz shit, you're probably going to do well. And we often get told that we have the best wrestling show in the state and the Southeast, and that's a huge compliment. Whether it's true or not, I just want to be in that conversation.
That's fair.
Is there going to be another action next up?
Yes.
On Friday?
Yes, there is. And that should be a little bit easier because we're going to be doing setup about the same time, but we're going to be pushed back a little bit because we're starting at 7:30 instead of 6:30. we've been opening doors at 6, and we're going to open them at 6:30. So there will be, it won't be a full hour pushback. I mean, to me, the show starts when the doors open. When we start letting people in, that's when the show starts, because we got people there. But yes, we will be doing another Next Up taping.
Nice.
We got a lot of nice talent coming in. We're very that we're keeping an eye on. And it was cool on the last one. We got to elevate 2 guys to the main show on a live stream to like, hey, show us what you can do.
Oh, cat fight again.
Let's see.
Cat fight.
Yes, there's a cat fight. What are you cat fighting about?
He's on the run.
He is.
I don't know. What are you looking at? I think my cat got shut in here for a while, so I think she's hearing voices in her head. It's the one who scratched me. I have 3 cats, so.
So, full capacity on Friday?
I mean, we'll be full capacity. We won't be sold out. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, it's unideal having our first main show back. Like, hey, we're open during a time when so many people are on summer vacation. But this is going to be this is already with tickets in hand. It's already going to be the biggest crowd that we've had, without considering any walk up, without considering any additional purchases. So, but I want to do things organically. I don't want to hot shot and burn people out. I want to be able to build and build and build. That's how we got where we are. So unfortunately, some of it is going to be doing some of it again, but this is the first show we've put up posters for. We hadn't been putting up posters because we were just going with social media because we had to limit the crowd.
I was just gonna say, I like seeing all the Action Street Team photos of putting the poster up here, putting the poster up there.
Yeah, shout out to the street team.
Shout out to Cooper, if he's still in here. He's done some, and I got another guy who doesn't do Twitch, Chris, and he's always asking to be turned loose, and the people who do that, the fans who want to do that, it's a huge help, because it's just me running running things. I mean, I have help obviously on show day, tons of help, but beforehand, doing the posters and sorting out the payroll and stuff like that is me. Dylan Hales and I talk the creative and the booking through, just to make sure everything makes sense, because we got to beforehand, because the day of, we only get to talk before the show. Once the show starts, he's on commentary. If I ever get a Facebook message during a show from Dylan, it's probably really bad. Like, what the hell is happening? This is awful.
Where's my root beer?
Dylan Hale's first payday for an action show was a 2-liter of Barks root beer and a giant bag of, like, a $10 bag of Red Hots I got off of Amazon.
Hey,
sure.
Makes him happy. Makes him happy. What do you got, Chuck?
Very much.
I was gonna say I'd be good with that. I mean, maybe not the Red Hots. I'd go for like a bag of Munchos.
Thank you, Streamlabs. Streamlabs dropping that information for Friday. Action Wrestling back June 25th.
Streamlabs, they're always on it. Those guys.
It's like they're listening to us.
Right?
If you are in the area, click that link. You can buy tickets
crazy.
right now. Matt will probably get an alert on stream right now, which would be fun.
Boom.
We've done a bunch of weird stuff on stream tonight, which we've never done before, which has been a blast.
Calling people's moms.
Well, yeah. Whenever a wrestler sends you a DM with their phone number, that's not good. So you just got to make sure it's like, everything okay? It's usually something really, really good, or very rarely, but it's usually something very, very
okay.
So
we need to wrap things up.
No, we're okay, but any last requests?
We got a question in the chat. will we have an announcement of the next action show date at the show on Friday?
Oh, we know that already.
No, haven't I already? I think I had put out a schedule, but it's August 13th, Friday, August 13th. We'll be back in Tyrone. On Friday, September 24th, thank you, we will be back in Tyrone. On October 1st, a week later, we'll be back in Tyrone, but outside for the Founders Day Festival. Strongman's at 6 and Action Wrestling's at 8. And then we have a show scheduled for October 15th, which I'm not at liberty to say where that's at right now.
Chuck.
That one's not on my schedule.
Well, it's not like it's not like it's going to be in like, you know, Philadelphia or
Damn it,
SummerSlam
Chris, you're
weekend.
giving me bad information. I'm just kidding.
I'm giving you no information. There's a difference between bad and no.
I had information. It is wrong.
This is correct. But yes, Friday, August 13th, which will be a week after SCI. So
Oof.
I'm sure there'll be some SCI fallout, and I've got a couple things in mind for that show, which of course I'm not going to reveal because I don't do that.
We don't do that here. Val Pancakes would like to know, Matt, what's the biggest animal you could take in a fight using just your hands, no weapons?
Well,
This question.
there's a beaver that cut down some trees in my neighborhood, and the HOA is supposed to call a no-kill beaver trapper, but I'd like to think I could beat up a beaver, but I don't know how big they are. And I just like to have it stuffed so I can do the scene from Naked Gun. Nice beaver. But
I like it.
I don't know, maybe I could beat up a beaver. I could probably beat up a deer if it doesn't jump first.
Oh, I don't know.
Because deers are pretty big, but I don't think they're very
Yeah.
strong. I don't know. I can't even take my cat. I mean, I've still got the gig marks for my cat, so I'm gonna have to go do hydrogen peroxide on that. So I can't even take my cat. So Val, I don't.
Val says maybe you could take a doe.
It's
Not
a
a
female
buck.
deer.
Oh, definitely who would know? A buck would impale you before you even got close.
Yeah,
I absolutely mean like a small doe. There's deer in my neighborhood all the time. I think I could fuck one of them up.
Do you prefer a full-bodied or medium-bodied cigar from Bumper Shot?
Mild to medium is my profile.
Val wants to know if you'd fuck up Bambi.
Bambi's old now.
Isn't
so-
Bambi dead? Or was that Bambi's mother?
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, that was Old Yeller who got killed. No, Bambi survived, right?
Bambi
fuck
did
Bambi
survive.
I'd fuck Bambi up. Totally. I mean, deer don't have claws. So if they don't have claws, I'm probably okay at least there.
Chuck, what's the ice cream question?
Oh, the
Ice cream?
Do you have that? Let's ask Matt the ice cream question.
I do. Yeah, give me 1 second.
I'm currently not eating ice cream. So I've
Oh.
changed my diet. I've come off of keto, but I'm still not doing sugar and very limited on like bread and stuff.
Okay.
But I'm definitely not doing sugar.
Well, here is the ice cream question from my daughter. So you have a freezer, and it's a magic freezer. Would you choose this magic freezer to have just your favorite ice cream of all time, an unlimited supply? You open it up, boom, it's there. You close it, you open it up the next time, boom, it's there. Or would you rather have a magic freezer that gives you a different type of flavor each time?
I mean, I'd pick different because I'm not eating much ice cream. So on the days when like mint chocolate chip or some other bullshit shows up, you know, you just toss it. But if you get something cool and unique like black raspberry, it's like, fuck yeah, good to go. Or like bluebell banana split. It's like, okay, shit, you're in business. And remember that no matter what anybody says about how they like this and this and this is a marketing thing I learned. The best-selling flavor of ice cream is vanilla.
See, now, I
But one of
like
my
that.
favorites was natural vanilla from Breyers, which is ice cream. And whenever you buy ice cream, look at it. It says frozen dairy dessert. You're not buying ice cream. You're buying some other bullshit that doesn't have. Put that back and get something that says ice cream on it. It's fucking frozen dairy dessert.
Buying
Now,
lies.
it's funny that you brought up mint chocolate chip ice cream, because I actually just added to my list of 200 some odd plus lightning round questions mint chocolate chip. Do you prefer the white or the green version? What's the face, Christopher? What's the face?
Mint chocolate chip is garbage.
No, it is not. Get that you. I can't even talk to you anymore, man.
I don't even eat ice cream anymore, so
Can't even talk to you.
Garbage.
I mean,
Like, if I'm gonna have chocolate
like
chips, I want cookie dough chocolate chip ice cream.
That's like the ginger ale of soda, Chuck.
I do
It's like with all the options, why the hell, with all the options that are out there in this magical freezer, why was that what you would take? I mean, you're gonna really go into a store. It's like, I got 100 varieties. I'm gonna take some fucking ginger ale, and not some like cherry Coke or something.
Sometimes no Coke, Pepsi.
I like ginger. Yes, Pepsi.
Pepsi.
I'm sorry, I'm in Atlanta. I'm legally
I know.
bound to say Coke,
I know.
even though I'm a Pepsi Mountain Dew drinker.
No, I'm not saying that I would choose mint chocolate chip. I mean, I do like mint chocolate chip, just like John Miller says. That no slander on the mint chocolate chip. It's just, it's an interesting. I'm not a green ice cream guy. Like, no matter what, if the ice cream is green, I can't get down with it. No matter what flavor it is.
Pistachio?
Can't do it, man. Nope.
Because of the color?
Yep. Can't do it. I know it tastes exactly the same as anything else. I just can't do it.
Green
Just
Jello?
can't do it.
I respect your religious preferences.
Green Jello? I don't know. No, I don't think I could.
Green ice pop.
I could get down with a green ice pop.
Okay.
I mean, we got the frozen like
the cheapo
ice.
ones.
Yeah,
the cheap
yeah.
ices. Yeah.
Yep. They never tell you what flavor it is, and then you open it up and you're like, oh
Flavor is
wow, look at
green.
this. It's apple.
No, it's green.
No, it's apple.
It tastes like green,
Sometimes it's lime.
which tastes like green.
What's green?
The green one.
Oh, okay. My favorite one is the red or the purple one.
That tastes like purple. Any other questions for Matt in the chat? Any other slander we want to throw before we wrap things up? We had no plan on this one, and I think we did pretty good. Got an hour and 26 minutes in. Lime is superior to apple in every way.
Lime is not an ice cream, it's a sherbet.
That is true. Green apple is not the worst flavor, Val.
Green apple is fucking terrible. So when I was at an Atlanta Hawks game once, I was at they got a whole Crown Royal thing. I don't know if it's still there, but it just was like serves Crown Royal, and I used to get hooked up there, and they had free samples, and so I took a free sample and I drank it, and I like to normally shoot. So it wasn't Crown Royal. It was Crown Royal apple. And
that's sweet.
I did a very good job not spitting it out right there at Phillips Arena.
Yeah.
That's my story about green apple.
Now every liquor, beer, seltzer now, everything's got, I gotta have a flavor. Like,
yep.
Why can't it just be whiskey? Why can't it just be tequila?
I'll tell you, it's gonna be a big White Claw time at SCI.
Oh. You know, I've never had a White Claw.
Nope, me either.
So that'll be good.
My first White Claw was at SCI 2019.
My first White Claw will be at SCI 2021.
There's a picture of me. You know what, Christopher? After this is over, tweet at Sean Neutron. Ask him for the picture of me, because he's got a picture of me. I've got like my shirt.
Val, get on that.
Dress shirt. I've got like my tie undone, and I'm just staring off into the abyss with a can of White Claw. like I think I'm standing next to Kane Justice. It was like I've seen some shit, and it was the Friday night after the Friday night at SCI, and I had 2 shows the next day. Oh, come to SCI weekend, August 6th and 7th. No, it's a fun weekend. I'm excited for all the things we have coming up.
It's a fun couple of weeks here leading into a month away, right? Nothing in July right now, so we'll take a little bit of a breather.
Nothing for Action or SCI, but we will have TWE, Total Wrestling Entertainment in Chattanooga. Will be having shows the 2nd and 4th Saturdays of the month, and then and I manage Aaron Wade there, and actually on Saturday I'll be managing Aaron Wade and Cody Manhorn as they face off with a couple of Carrie Awful's kids from The Office in Debonair Darling and Owen Reed, and I'm gonna try to punch Owen Reed in the face as hard as I can.
You gonna do some squats with Manhorn?
I did once when I managed them in a tag match, and I was fine. And then the next day after I got home and slept, my legs were just like seized up from in pain because I squatted really hard. As messed up as this to say that. Yeah, I squatted really hard.
Oh. What else?
All right. You got anything else? I got to see what I got to hopefully avert this. Hopefully this isn't anything bad.
We got to make sure everything's okay. Let's double check who's online right now, and let's send us. Let's go see. Let's see Matt Mikowski. Let's go raid Matt Mikowski. Matt. We'll go say hey to him. Thank you for another great episode. If you guys haven't already, go check out Matt on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle again?
Matt the Mouth. Follow Action at Wrestle. Well, it's been in the chat, I know, constantly. Yeah. Follow at SCI Tournament. We got all of our Action stuff on iwtv.live. Promo code Action. And you know, we got tons of cool shit coming up. So go say what's up to Matt Mikowski.
Let's go say hi to Matt Mikowski.
Don't forget. Next Wednesday, we have the King's Road Slayer himself, Derek Neal. He will be with us next Wednesday.
Scenic City participant.
Yes. And going up against Mr. Eric Royal. Just announced tonight. Tonight. So 10 p.m. Eastern next Wednesday. Derek Neal.
Join us then. Until then, like we said, go say hi to Matt Mikowski. Throw those monkey emotes in the chat for us. Matt, thanks again. Another sexy show. Matt. We had fun.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. I like letting us freestyle, and I only got up to 4 shots, so I think it was a good night.
Cheers to that.
All right, I'll see you on Friday, Chris. There'll be some surprises.
I can't wait.
Me neither. All right, take care. Take care, Chuck.
See you, Matt.
The raid.
Boom.
Freestyling, so much fun.
Man, I wonder what happened.
Oh, they're playing this game they invited me to play last time. Damn it.
What the hell is this?
Think Mario Party.
I don't think I ever played that game.
Just a bunch of little mini games.
Dude, the guy just fell.
Yeah. Get in here. Oh, look at all those. Look at everybody's throwing stuff. Yeah. More emotes.
Take that.
What do you think it is?
The guy just threw a
really
loaf of bread or something.
MEET, and it's about just meeting a really good friend.
Yeah, of course.
Oh no, this is different. This is cooked and done. This is a different game. This is for free right now on
Bumper shot. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it.
I really wanted it.
Thank you so much.
what's the name of that? Epic Games. It's great.
Yeah, the thing that don't work on my.
No, I'm on rice. I'm on rice.
Put it on here. Put it on here. Put it on there.
This is a different game. I thought it was the Mario
Alright, now
Party
we're gonna
one.
let this restaurant
Oh.
burn down. For the insurance.
Sure. How'd we do?
Oh my god.
Hello, everyone.